Jose's Army are back under the African spotlight this Friday as they host the Egyptian Premier League log leaders Pyramids FC in the CAF Champions League semi-finals, and it all goes down at the iconic FNB Stadium. Amapaganea, that's right, Orlando Pirates are buzzing after that gritty win in Algeria, while the Pyramids have to arrive in Soweto chasing history in their first ever Champions League semi-final game, and we have to show them how Africa. We've got the team news, opposition analysis, predicted 11, and the all-important score prediction in this preview coming up, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to miss that, especially if you're a betting man. So before we kick off, please hit the like, hit the subscribe to be notified, and share so we can grow the community. Don't go in advance. Hey, to how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Happy People TV Orlando Pirates fan channel. Orlando Pirates have to face Pyramids FC in the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League. And yes, thank you for joining us for this preview. I have with me my technical director of the channel, Mr. Coach, to join me for this preview. Dinsang Fitu.
Hola, Prayaga. I'm Fitu. Whatever. Ramapagania this season, if you have anything to cry about, it's joy, tears of joy. So
I'll take that as Ngabe things really. Away, yeah, no.
Sure.
I am okay in Fair 2. I am looking forward to this game a whole lot. So yeah. Let's go through the team news Paganea, then opposition and then we'll go through formations and then the score prediction. Mfethu, team news, Paganea, what you got for me?
Short and sweet, Mfethu. The only notable absentee in the previous game was Taleb Mbata. Wasn't in the traveling team. I wasn't in the match day squad at all. So I was in the game against Alger, he got pulled off. We're not sure if it was an actual injury or precautionary. So he's the only player we might miss, if anything. Otherwise, Zikidi long-term injury, and they're still out. Lipasa still out. Munyan is still out. Otherwise, we have the full complement of our squad.
Okay, yeah. I really hope Mbata does make a return for this game. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you for the team news. It is as we were, I guess. Sharp opposition analysis. We are playing against Pyramids FC. They are top of the log, Egypt, above Al Ahly. They've recently drawn with Al Ahly. They went through Kawina 4-1 in the first leg at home against Farabat, as far as I know, as I'm concerned. And then Bajwa 2-0 away. And I think as we analyze them, we're going to find out some interesting things about how they play and how everything panned out for the Ebe Jwalo quarter final. So I'll just ask you, tell me what kind of football do these guys play?
Interesting. We actually have quite a number of similarities, Libona. I think first things first to call out that they're a pressing team, a high pressing team. But Presaka, their front line. I know this is off the ball, but it has a lot to do with how they get their advantage over the opponent. So they press very aggressively with their front three, with also their number 10 when he's on the pitch. Also joining that press from just behind that. And then in possession, they're actually kind of a possession-based team. Albeit not too much in possession in the opposition half. They don't necessarily try to keep the ball and build up into the opposition half. They kind of keep the ball quite a bit in their own half and look to kind of keep the ball, stress the opposition a little bit, frustrate you. And then one thing they do a lot of is play kind of the diagonal ball, if you will, or like they try to find their wingers, because their biggest danger is when their wingers are on either side. I'll mention their names, that work at key players later, but they try to get their wingers on the ball quite a lot. That's where they look to press, cause a lot of trouble for the opposition. And then otherwise, it's a defensively solid team. They don't concede a lot of goals, so which is why even when they're on the ball, they don't commit too much. except on the right back. The right back likes to get involved in the attack quite a bit, but for the most part, their defense is quite solid. They approach the games 4-2-3-1, with a double pivot and having their number 10, depending on, again, the game situation. A 4-2-3-1 that sometimes ends up looking like a 4-3-3, especially in attack. So that's kind of their philosophy, very similar to us in many aspects.
Okay, cool. When I was looking at them, I feel like where I agree with you, the part pressing le pressure. So you said they have a high press, and I believe that one of their strengths is a pressure, just pressuring the opponent. So if you look
aggressive.
Aggressive from the front, like you were saying. I think when you look at that 4-1, it also saw a lot of people, guys, do not be afraid. We will break it down bit by bit, section by section, to tell you why you shouldn't be afraid. That 4-1 was a fluke. Kaizer Chiefs just beat Mamelodi Sundowns the Nedbank Cup. That was a fluke. You can't now just be afraid of Chiefs from that game. So, the referees, but in this case, it was a fluke because I believe only one of their goals that they actually scored in the 4-1 home game was a well-worked, and well-deserved goal. The others, they were given it was a giveaway, nearly the giveaway from as far as I'm concerned. And then
Suarez.
So it only showed me one thing. It showed us that Vele, that high press, if you're not ready for it, it can catch you out. If you are lackadaisical and you want to bail out from the back, slowly. So it's a fluke because Farabat it's like they never. I don't know how you can go away in Africa like that and go so unprepared. So if you look at their stats, they don't how possession based because in these two legs that I was looking at, they barely had 40% possession. So I'm not sure about that. But
I'll give you a little bit of context. Sorry to interrupt you. I'll explain that a little bit better. Obviously, I'm going to go on with Egyptian Premier League. All of this is based on stats and reading and what you can deduce from the stats. So they keep a lot of possession when playing against Egyptian teams in the Egyptian Premier League. So they average with a more superior ball retention, ball possession when they play against other Egyptian sides. But we have seen that in the Champions League when they're up against, call it worthy opponents, quality opponents, they do stuff that they regress into. I don't know, use the word regress. They go back into the classic North African, keep it tight, not too happy to concede possession, keep things solid. So I guess that position thing that I'm talking about, it happens when things are in their favor, when they are the clear favorites type of thing.
Okay, cool. So it means that they're most probably, especially coming away from home, in the first leg, I still think it means we're not going to see that possession. Maybe we'll see it in the second leg if we're already 3-0, 4-0 up from the first leg. Feed. So, feed, sharp. So, high press, combination play, that's also another similar thing that they... when you said they are similar to us, those are the one of the things that I did see, Horem. They rely on those intricate, quick 1-2s on the edge of the box. I don't believe them to be a set piece or long ball kind of team. So I think when it comes to them as a whole, I think we have told you guys what about
Actually, I just want to interject that they kind of are a long ball team, because if you check in the Egyptian Premier League, their biggest chances created are created by their right back. Center back sometimes.
As Tabaya Hoto kind of, or Dino Van Rijn kind of the winger or the fullback bombing down the wings and then giving those crosses. If you're saying the chances are being created by the fullback, or how does that translate to long ball? That's what I'm asking.
They kind of have, if you check their long ball accuracy, it actually kind of favors that. They do kind of well, got the long ball. And like I said, their passing accuracy is great in their half, but once they step into the next half, it drops down significantly, which kind of tells you who do they try to send that ball there when they can. Not that it's what they rely on, but it's one of their things.
Okay. Hey, the happy people is at odds now. You're saying they're good at possession and long balls. I'm like, it's not one of their things. Mara, we will see. But yeah.
It just means that they have a few things that they can do in the game. About like I still say one, but a level versatility, I guess. Is it dope versatility? Okay. Remains to be seen.
True. Well, for the league, it has been dope enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Fede. Let's move on to danger players, danger men that you feel like we should be looking out for in their team.
What's about club in a play dream? They are front three. Honestly, they create the most danger. More importantly, Ibrahim Adel, you can call him the talisman. Kenom Nati is he's a right-footed left winger. Mara left eye is Spani because I've seen him ashapa once or twice at the Rabonanyana when he has to play the ball from the left-hand side, when he takes his man. Has a little bit of pace. He's quite nice here now. He looks like he's technically gifted, young man, 23, but it looks like he's he's kind of what you can get from a very nice Egyptian. Not too skillful, not too flair, but technical things. The basics, he's got them right, and he's got that burst of pace. And I guess because he's playing on the left-hand side, as modern football would have it, he can take his full back and go down the line, or he can cut in and look to combine. So definitely a danger man. And he can combine their number 10, Sobi, who's not always in the team, but is always there as an option in those kind of games that allows it. I'm not sure if he'll play in this game, but it definitely gives that to them. And then on the right-hand side, again, they've got a left-footed right winger in Mustafa Fatih, experienced campaigner. Has been playing for quite a while, 30-year-old. Not as much in terms of pace, but again, experience, get by, technical player. Leona, not too much skill. He's looking to combine. I think between him and their right back, I think Chibi, if his name is correct. If I'm getting
Fatih or again lefty.
Yes.
And he's on the right. Yeah, okay, Sharp. I can see Onale experiencing Yana EU. Okay, Sharpo. How are his stats for the season so far?
Top 3 for goal contributions. I can't remember the actual figures.
Okay, he's got. It looks like he scored. All competitions, or I think this is the league. Like I said, it looks like all competitions. Actually, he's got 8 goals, 5 assists. With 27 games played. That's probably even close to Rele's numbers. Actually, so that's actually. Yeah. That's actually quite impressive. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
He's kind of an output. Yeah, he's kind of an output merchant more than anything.
Ooh, okay, that's me. I take those kind of players seriously, and then
yes, you should.
And then you did mention Adele, né?
Yes.
I give him totally, but fade it. And then
he's produced good numbers as well. Just like in Hopeful Executive, but now he's like I'm saying the top 3, they're very close to each other in terms of goal contributions. And then I would also mention as another key player, their number 9 strike. Yes, Fiston Maele Lena. They can't stop singing his praises, especially that side.
Kim Vidi. Okay, cool.
He seems to be like he does a lot of hold up play, and it seems to do it quite well. Again, I've only seen a few clips, mostly reading from the stats, but he seems to do some decent hold up play. He's got a finish on him. He's a striker. He has an instinct for positioning. So, but I think a little bit more pace. I've seen him
from the games that I saw, actually, I don't think I can compare him with Babasa. Like, the way I saw him, he's... I don't know if I can say Lepasa on song, actually. In a sense, he wants to be involved. Yeah, mobility, involved with the attack. Sometimes he'll drop deep, sometimes he'll move forward, but then he does have that instinct. So yes, I do like the way you just put it right now. In the CAF, he's got 3 goals already, with 6 games played, and overall for the season he's got 9 goals with 2 assists. So the assists they are important to look at. He can do the job. I don't know how many assists you'll find from Mabasa in general. But okay, cool. I'm liking that. So, okay, those are the key players.
I mean, I'll put in a quick shout for again their number 10. I think Ramadan Sobi also trails quite close in terms of goal contributions, but doesn't quite crack the top 3. He's dope, got link-up play. I've seen him do quite a bit of that. So there's a little bit of something there. I didn't see a lot, so I can't really say if he's a skillful kind of player. He looks more like keep it simple, keep things thinking type of number 10. So there's definitely another one. More experience, by the way, I must mention Lena. He's an experienced man. Played for a top club. I just can't remember which one. So yeah, those are the guys that I would worry about. The defense didn't look like something that we should mention at least.
Talking about defense, Kishibile, last 6, carefully. They have conceded 7 goals. We have conceded 4. We have scored 11. They have scored 18. But ladies and gentlemen, do not be fooled. 18 ew. About 4 of them. 4 of those goals were for free.
And there was a team, not club by 6-0 is not niks, who was just happy to participate.
In the group stages?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're saying 10 out of that 18 was basically for free?
To an extent, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then with us, I'm actually impressed. We haven't conceded in... I don't think we've conceded in the last 3. When else did we concede in this competition?
We can now consider Sundowns in general, Braga. Not even this competition. The last time we considered a goal was against Sundowns.
Yeah, I know. That's a team. The supporter trap. The supporter trap in Mata.
Sure.
I think we have enough in the way of opposition analysis. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So before we get into the formations, with what we've said right now, what is your general approach to the game?
I can talk Sabwala, Abraham. Honestly speaking, I'm not impressed. Nothing scares me. I think if we can just deal with our defense and be sure in terms of Ibrahim Adel is one of those players, if you keep him out of the game, they could be frustrated for the whole tie, not even just one leg. So it's up to us to get to the semi-finals. To the final. I don't see them being the one to stop us.
Okay. So first leg, home game. Our Batsabe, full-blown attack.
Full-blown attack with discipline, Mfethu. In fact, you know how I think about these CAF games, bro? When you're playing at home, it's a lot harder to break them down and get a goal. So I've even said this got other ties, Hore. Yes, you want an advantage at the home game, Mara. If you can leave with a clean sheet, I think it's easier to get goals away from home because they're the ones who have to now take it upon themselves to win the game. It was different to Fedeka Algiers because we beat them away, so they had to come here and try to play. But it actually kind of makes my point because when we went to Algiers, they were the ones who were playing. Yeah.
It was never different. There's no other team. There's no team where that notion has been different for this season so far. Same with Belouizdad, same with Al Ahly. So that's why for now, all that take you kids Habanyana kapa ke se show ka yona. So It's a little bit dicey for me.
I mean, I honestly mean you'll see with my lineup, dog. I mean a very structured all-out attack, not necessarily as in all guns blazing, but have the attacking impetus more than the opponent.
Okay, all right. Okay, Buffet, with that said, let us go into our starting 11s. You can also comment with how you think this opposition of ours is going to break us down, or how we will beat them. Looking forward to see what you guys are going to say.
Yeah, I'm fair too. Obviously, our great wall of chain, Gisbang starting 11. At the back, I've got a back three. I know it looks like five over there, but I'll explain just now. I think between TLP, Upojela, and Toki will be fine at the back. They've proven to be very solid. In fact, their partnership has only conceded one goal in a couple of games. Van Rooyen, I actually want to give him he's going to be my right wing back though, and if anything, because of the way I set up, he'll be more attacking. I think we'll have most of the ball. So Kahle Van Rooyen, I would like to give him the freedom the time around to go and do his inverting thing and go up front without being concerned too much. I say this because I expect Makaula to, in that situation, to come right back in basically and step back.
Sorry, yeah.
I expect him to step right.
Makaula, you expect him
to step back and make it kind of a back four kind of situation. At the time of recording, or not, so I went to Musele just in case. Obviously, if Mbata is fit and ready to go, I'd go with Mbata. In this case, I'll go with Mbata in this case, but I'll assume he's not. So I think Musele is actually just fine, and I'll explain why he'll do a perfect job. If we're going Musele instead, Hotolina can have full freedom to go up front, up and down that left hand side, and when we're attacking, just to leave things safe, basically Makaula will step into the back three, kind of make it a back four kind of situation, and have Musele playing kind of an anchor. So even when we're pressing high and attacking them, we'll still kind of have 4 or 5 players at the back who can sort things out. And then I expect the combination to come from up front. I expect it to come from Tito Le Presidente and Van Rooyen, of course, because I expect us to attack out on the right hand side. With Tito and Mofokeng tucking in, and Hoto on the left-hand side providing that width. So basically, Tito and Mofokeng will be able to combine Bali 2 in the middle, and then Mabasa will act as kind of that reference point for them to play the 1-2-1s if they can, and then he gets into space, or occupy the defenders to leave room for Tito Le Mofokeng to kind of start something. Again, I expect Van Rooyen to actually be quite important in that situation. I went with this because I want us to have options. I want Ushenko to be on the bench reading the game alongside Jose, seeing where we could have the gaps. And because I expect the team to sit back for most, if not the whole game, apart from the pressing now, I expect them to sit back. I think Nkota will provide some good fresh legs, and Chieng will be able to find him coming on in the second half if we need to refresh things and make some changes. Again, because I expect them to press high, just with those 3 players only, I don't think they will press the whole team. It'll be kind of a mixed block because most of the players, I think, will try to stand behind the center line. That's why I kind of overloaded the back as well. Again, having those 5 at the back
3. Yeah,
the back 3, and having Makaula and Mbata or Musele in the middle will give us an opportunity to progress just above that, to basically get beyond that pressing line with our wing backs providing the triangle when necessary. So I think this will give us a good balance between attacking, having control, but at the same time being able to attack with everything. Baba Linkti and Kopede, knowing that at the back we are covered and sorted out.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, the fact I must say, like,
one more thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
One more thing. Mabasa must start because I want us to also use crosses as an option. Mabasa Fetu can get his head on something. So if we find that low block, sometimes we can play across, or we can play a nice pullback. And I think you want somebody clinical in a game that could go down to fine margins. You kind of want a striker that can work with a little XG.
Yeah. No, this is not an easy team to pick, dog. So I think I will give my opinion on who you chose. Got my starting X. I hope Ohonawe Bona Huntle. So yeah, Patrick Yona, the Great Wall of Chain, the Sleeping Giant.
Lala chain.
Lala chain. Obviously he will be at the back there. All captains, all four of that back six of mine.
Yeah.
Everybody is just leadership material. I just wanted to point that out. Van Rooyen, of course, and Hoto in the wing back positions. And that gave me heavy selection headaches. If he was available, he would be there next to Makaula. But I have actually website effort mob ayang pa option where formation the way Nick Batlang which is why we need the tactical board, Mr. Coach. So so actually I want to play Makaula. I know he wants a double pivot Makaula, but it's actually our midfield three as we know it, with Makaula being a single pivot. And then I think you can see with me having Dlamini and Tito on the field at the same time that I want to kill them kind of combination. So up front I have Mr. Disturb himself, Mahopa, with the president. So the president, I want to use him as an outball. And as an outball, I feel like because you wanted some crosses into the box, I've chosen Mahopa to say Hore. We might need a little bit of strength in these areas. So I'm not even saying that he must stick up front. I'm just saying Hore, when Tito and Dlamini and Mufokeng are having fun, he must just be part of the Baibitsang rest defense. He must at least be part of the rest defense to give them freedom. So basically my formation is saying the ones who are nice on their feet, let them be nice on their feet. I think you can even see with the goal Tom. Against Gallants. We don't always need too much pace. The pace we have pace. We use the ball to be faster than the men.
Yeah.
And I want to play like that. I had another big selection headache when it came to Ngota. Because when you have Ngota there, you are saying more like for now, if you're going to put Mabasa there, you're gonna have to have Ngota there. Or they come as a pair for in these formations or in these tactics. So with this way, formation, I actually need your opinion.
No, Vitsu. It makes complete sense, bro. Otomile with Nkota on the bench, innit? Am I saying correctly?
Yeah. Nkota on the bench. There's no Nkota. Front two, Mufokeng Mahopa.
Vitsu, line up to the only difference could Dlamini as opposed to himself. So yeah, Lema Hope, I suppose. It's just the players that I'll bring on in the second half. Dlamini, Lema Hope. I also had a bit of a headache. Ideally, I actually would have gone with Shenko instead of Musele, and I also thought to start with Nkota, and maybe sacrifice. Maybe even a midfield actually instead of Shenko. Maybe have Nkota instead, so that I can push up front and then have the combination. Basically, the combination that we saw against Marumo, I considered going with that as well. But I want to have an option in case things don't open up by the 65th minute type of thing. I don't like seeing Mahopa looking to him for goals when I don't have goals. So, and Linkota as well. I would hate to have my best team on the pitch completely, like not anybody who can bring some change to the game. So the reason I didn't start Kashenko Nkota on my side was because I want that option Yana to make some changes. I get it. I mean, for the most part, we'll be reading them in the first half. You know how Jose plays. So, and I don't think we can shock them in the first half because we will be at home and they will be wary of that. They probably did their homework a lot. Ngota, especially the last couple of games, has been eating his fullback for breakfast. So I would like to have that thing come on in that kind of energy come on in the second half. So your lineup, I'm happy with it too, bro.
Okay. Yeah. It promises to be a humdinger. It promises to be a humdinger. Will it live up to expectations? We'll see. Just the last point on my formation here and predicted 11. I think if we play walk the ball in to the Nets football, this formation will be best for that. And I think that tactic is a good tactic to start with, especially because they're going to want to defend. We trust in Jose. That's where you put our real trust. However, Fetu, what is your starting 11? Who would you start with? Who would you bench? And who do you trust to come off of the bench and make an impact? Looking forward to seeing that. It's a selection headache, this one.
True.
Mr. Coach's time. Mr. Coach's time. It's time.
Sure.
Friday night lights. FNB Stadium.
FNB.
Orlando Pirates, Pyramids, what is the score going to be?
I think we'll get a 2-0, actually.
2-0? Is that your final answer?
2-0. I want to even extend my final answer. I don't think Pyramid scores in this entire tie.
The stats would tend to agree. I predict a 1-0 for Amapaganea. And you watching, what do you predict? It's going to be a tough one. Asibasabi, they are not that scary in general, but the occasion is the occasion. But hey, with our cup specialists in full swing, I believe I think 1-0. I think it's going to be a 1-0.
I can see that happening too.
Yeah.
I think another thing, Fetu, that I must mention about Pyramids. First of all, the first time I've played semi-final Champions League, which matters. It makes a
pedigree.
difference.
Football heritage.
Heritage, Praga.
Football heritage. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna emphasize on I don't think there's anything to fear. Oh, do you know what I was when I say no? A goalless draw will not be a bad result, bro. I want to put it out there. There is no advantage. It is an advantage in my eyes because they're gonna want to try and do something that side. And they're just not that nice. So we can get away with something, Kara. So yeah, 2-0 final score prediction, excuse me. But even a goalless draw, I can take it with confidence to Egypt. And these people are supposedly playing tomorrow, by the way. There's no confirmation that they're not playing. Everywhere I've read is that they have to deal with that schedule. Time of recording is Tuesday, so they're playing on Wednesday. If that's the case, 2-0 fitting guy over guys up it ways.
Yeah, I don't believe they're going to play. If anybody before the game starts in the comments wants to hit me up and betcha with me, I'm betching $50. Hopefully this video comes out in an appropriate time for that. But I liked this interview very much. I liked this match preview very much. It's dicey, Fitz. It's dicey. It wasn't straightforward against Alger. It's just that we saw after about 30 minutes of them attacking Kobo no Rabana Nixie. Doesn't mean
preview.
And that is a fantastic place to end it. Danko Bafetu, please put in your score predictions. Let's see who has a keen eye for observation. Thank you for watching. Land Pirates Fan Channel. Danko.